everybody, Hannah from IFG here, and I'm here with our weekly challenge. I'm not sure what week it is actually, but if you're like me, you may not have been doing much as far as sword work goes, and so I thought this week I would do some basic footwork patterns. And so my challenge will be 1 minute straight of footwork, which doesn't seem like very long, but it's kind of a lot. And so if you pause to take a break or something, just pause that timer and go back to footwork. So I'm going to start with just the basics, reminding about body mechanics and things like that, and then I'll go into my minute. So with our footwork, one way to get your stance really quickly is just to jump, and then my legs are a little bit further apart than they were before, which is a little bit more of a structured stance. I'm in what's just called a squared stance right now. You can see my feet now. And one thing I want you to think about while you're doing footwork is making sure my knees stay above my ankles. Because when we step forward, it's easy to lean into that step. This is going to be bad for my knee, and this is a place where fencers often get injured and blow out their knees. So I want to focus on our knees while we step. And then for myself too, when I stand, my comfortable stance is a little bit slouched and my back is slightly arched. So when I am doing footwork and thinking about where my feet are to train my muscle memory correctly, I'm going to think kind of like when you lift your arm, it's slightly tensed, but not I'm so flexed. To straighten my back, I'm not super tightening my glutes, but I am just tucking in a little bit to straighten that back, and you can just feel here that it's straight, and then letting my shoulders fall back so that my back is actually straight, not slouched like I usually stand. Then I'm going to get my feet into place, make sure my knee is in the right spot. And so you can see I already started to arch back. I want to keep that straightened. So this is good practice for me. Our triangle step, here is our beginning position. This would be if my sword were up on my right shoulder, and I'm intentionally starting without a sword because it gives us time to just think about our feet. Then I can triangle step by bringing my feet aligned and then swinging the other one back. I'm watching my knees, making sure they stay above my ankles. I notice my back knee is having a hard time remembering that, and then making sure my back is staying straight. So right now I'm just focusing on, okay, is my body loose but aligned? Is my knee staying in the right spot? And I'm just going to do a couple of these just to warm up my footwork, saying, okay, stay back straight, stay knees over feet, or knees over ankles. Another thing you can do with footwork that I'm going to be doing during my minute is pick just arbitrary points and do, I think they're called suicides in sports. You can tell I'm really sporty. Once you've got that footwork pattern in place, just doing simple steps, moving my lead foot first, but I know I'm tempted when I do footwork to step past it and then gather. Watch that knee. So step just to it, back, and then once I get my arbitrary point, which for me is going to be the camera, back. So mine's not going to be very far, but that's fine, and I'm focused on my back and my knees. Another thing to think about is I don't want to be this stop and go. I want to keep smooth, try to keep my upper body from moving, so filming yourself actually can be really helpful for this, to see if your body is staying structured. Alright, so I'm looking at my timer. I'm getting ready for 1 minute of footwork. And if you want a couple variations, you can work on passing steps as well as simple steps. So again, for that simple step, lead foot first steps, I'm working on small, precise movements. Keep my back straight, my knee there, and gather. Forward and gather, forward and gather, back and gather, back and gather. Notice that my feet are still in a wide wrestling stance. That's going to keep my structure firm. And gather. Then I can also, if I want to do, however long of those, and then when I get bored or I feel confident, I can switch to passing. I'm going to go past my step, still working on that structured, keeping my back aligned, passing, passing, keeping that wide stance, making sure my feet don't gather at the end of them. And watching my upper body, that it stays straight and doesn't bounce around. All right, now for reals, my 1 minute, starting now. You should feel the burn in your thighs. And then for me, also gonna do, if I pull my sword into play, now I'm thinking about, are my feet matching where my sword is? And am I doing sword first, feet second? So if I'm striking, then follow. Striking, then follow. Striking, then fall. Striking, then fall. With my footwork and the sword, I can also just do triangle steps, which I might do for the sake of the camera. I'm already noticing when I add the sword, I'm having a harder time remembering my knees. Knee injuries are very common among fencers. Be kind to your knees. That's my minute. Thanks everybody. Enjoy it, and I look forward to seeing your videos as well.